it's very difficult to separate the Baylor game from game number 2. I know that sounds what. We knew who we played. We were very concerned about what it's going to be like over there. There's only so many things at our level you can assimilate to go play a game like that in practice. The crowd noise and the atmosphere and which comes with it. I thought for the most part we did a good job with all of that. I thought we went out and played hard and really played up like we wanted to play. And I was proud of our effort. We competed, and we did some really good things in stretches against a good football team. Obviously, they were better than we were over the long haul, over 60 minutes. Now, with that being said, you got to kind of withdraw Baylor from it and look at game 2 and look at what you did as a team and what you have to improve on for game 3. And when you're doing that, you got to almost, for a little while, not look at the game 3 opponent in one breath. Out of that game, good things. We created field position turnovers for our offense. Offensively, we put points on the board after turnovers. Special teams, I thought, was a good, solid performance out of our special teams. Those are things, all those things we can build on. What we have to improve on this week. Penalties, we have to cut down the mistakes we're making and giving them field position and yards and penalties. We have to cut that down. We also have got to do a better job on third down and keep drives alive. We have to work tackling every day. So there's things you're going to look at the film. You got to get past it being Baylor on the film and look at us and what we did right and reinforce that and rep it to where you can keep getting better at it. And then we got to look at what we need to work on and correct, and then we got to move on. Then after saying all that, you got to address the fact we're playing the number 1 team in the nation this week, and you have to talk about that opponent. But at this point, I'll talk a little bit about today, and I'll have to talk about it a little bit again tonight on my radio show. But after that, Baylor's in the rearview mirror. We have to focus all of our attention on a very, very good, talented, well-coached, rested conference opponent who's also the number 1 team in the nation. And obviously, we have our work cut out for us. I'll do whatever I have to do to see that we're ready to play. I think the way we approached Baylor, I have more confidence this Monday than I had last Monday that our minds will be where they need to be. What I addressed last week was, number 1, the 4 things I was telling them all week was, number 1, play with confidence. Number 2, play with intensity. Number 3, bring your technique with that intensity. And number 4, have fun. Now I got to add a 5th one. We got to play smart. We did not play smart. We have to do a better job of composing ourselves and playing more disciplined football. So that I don't want to take anything away from what we did. I want to add to it, and we got to be a better football team. And I thought out of all of it, the thing I was most pleased about, we did improve as a team from week 1 to week 2. And we have to see that improvement again this week by Saturday if we're going to have a snowball's chance over there. Well, they just concern me because they're just a very good offense. They're I wouldn't say a run first, pass second, but I think their run sets up their passing game. Briscoe gives them an added dimension in the passing game. Johnson can throw the football and will throw the football, and it's hurt us and other people with big pass plays. But those 2 quarterbacks are very similar to what we have in that they both bring something different to the table. But offensively, well over 600 yards against Texas Tech, Big 12 defense, and just very impressive outing offensively against Texas Tech, and just very impressed with them all over the field. I don't know. That's tough to say. I don't know if any of them could get bigger than the first year when you were just doing everything for the first time. I mean, obviously you can't play a team ranked higher than number 1. From that standpoint, that would be big. But I talked to the coaching staff about it. Regardless of what happens this week, us and Southeastern are both going to take a week off and go at it down there, and that's going to be another big game. We'll be right back in here talking about how big game that game is. And then Abilene Christian, who's playing well, I would not be surprised to see them undefeated in conference play when they come in here the week after that. Here we go. There's another big game. So there's a lot of big games. I understand that Sam's #1 and that this is a big game, but at the same time, it's only one game, and we got to understand that as well.
How much has the Baylor game prepared you for that?
I think the Baylor game has done a couple things for us. I don't think we knew a lot about our team after Bacone, in that we weren't thrown in a fire and had to face adversity and had to see what it was like when we got hit in the mouth, those kind of things. We got to go through some of that over in Baylor. I think we got a little more confidence on Monday than we would have had if we'd have played them right after Bacone. That being said, we saw ourselves do some very good things against a good team. We saw ourselves do some things that we can't do against a good team if we're going to win. And no doubt about it, we're playing a very, very good football team this week. This should be an easy sell from that standpoint. You can't sugarcoat it or get around it. You turn on the film. Sam Houston sells themselves. They're a good football team.